This version of mock Versant contains answers. If you want the Versant test without the answers, click the link at the top right corner of this video. In that video, you will be able to practice on your own without hearing the answers. Otherwise, keep watching.
Part A. Reading. Please read the sentences as you are instructed. Please read sentence 1.
Oliver is a professional cheesemaker.
Now read sentence 4.
Every Saturday, his customers would visit his ranch to buy his blue cheese.
Now please read sentence 2.
He owns a ranch where he raises his cows and makes his cheese.
Now read sentence 5.
Joan has always dreamed of traveling the world.
Please read sentence 7.
One day, she made a bold decision to quit her job.
Now read sentence 8.
Luckily for her, a travel magazine offered her a job as an explorer.
Now please read sentence 12.
Stephen is a lucky man.
Now please read sentence 11.
Every harvest, Stephen receives free baskets of fresh produce.
Now please read sentence 9.
Stephen's neighbors are farmers.
Part B. Repeat. Please repeat each sentence that you hear. For example, a voice says,
Leave town on the next train.
and you say,
Leave town on the next train. It is summer and it's very hot.
It is summer and it's very hot.
I prefer not to have kids when traveling.
I prefer not to have kids when traveling.
Put that down, please.
Put that down, please.
What a horrible performance!
What a horrible performance.
Have you ever tried skydiving?
Have you ever tried skydiving?
His car is being totaled because of the damage.
His car is being totaled because of the damage.
It looks like it's going to rain tomorrow.
It looks like it's going to rain tomorrow.
He's supposed to go to work today, isn't he?
He's supposed to go to work today, isn't he?
Well, you didn't ask me to get a taxi, did you?
Well, you didn't ask me to get a taxi, did you?
I'm thirsty. Could you get me some water, please?
I'm thirsty. Could you get me some water, please?
I'm going to her show tomorrow. I can't say I'm excited, though.
I'm going to her show tomorrow. I can't say I'm excited, though.
I didn't get the promotion because my boss caught me napping at work.
I didn't get the promotion because my boss caught me napping at work.
Would you mind if I use your laptop for my presentation tomorrow?
Would you mind if I use your laptop for my presentation tomorrow?
Actually, I read somewhere that social media ads aren't that effective anymore.
Actually, I read somewhere that social media ads aren't that effective anymore.
If you could just let me do my job, that would be terrific.
If you could just let me do my job, that would be terrific.
People really shouldn't gossip when they haven't done anything themselves.
People really shouldn't gossip when they haven't done anything themselves.
Part C. Questions. Now, please just give a simple answer to the questions. For example, a voice says,
Would you get water from a bottle or from a newspaper?
and you say, a bottle, or from a bottle.
Would you take a picture with a camera or with a radio?
With a camera.
How many minutes are there in an hour?
60.
Which one barks? A frog or a dog?
A dog.
What do you call the yellow part of an egg?
An egg yolk.
Would you look at your reflection in a mirror or in a bed?
In a mirror.
Which is sour, sugar or vinegar?
Vinegar.
Which is bigger, a dog or an elephant?
An elephant. Who is your father's sister's daughter? My cousin.
Do horses have paws or hooves?
Hooves.
Is sea water salty or sweet?
Salty. Does a unicycle have one or two wheels? One. Which is more fragile, an eggshell or a brick? An eggshell.
What do you call a female lion?
A lioness. Do worms wriggle or walk? Wriggle.
Which comes first, former or latter?
Former.
Which is brighter, yellow or black?
Yellow. What do you call a baby cat? A kitten.
How many corners are in a square?
4.
What would you call the wife of a prince?
A princess. What language is spoken in England? English.
What would you call a baby lion?
A cub.
How many hours are in a day?
24.
Which one is colder, a fridge or a freezer?
A freezer.
How many legs does a cat have?
4.
Part D. Sentence builds. Now please rearrange the word groups into a sentence. For example, a voice says,
Was reading my mother, her favorite magazine.
and you say, my mother was reading her favorite magazine.
Over. Here. Get. Get over here. 1 whole pizza. She ate. She ate 1 whole pizza. For their dog. Made a house. They made a house for their dog. I don't know. This letter. Who wrote? I don't know who wrote this letter. I haven't tried before dating a Frenchman. I haven't tried dating a Frenchman before. Was your brother who helped me the one? The one who helped me was your brother. I'm not sure we'll like the new design. Whether our clients. I'm not sure whether our clients will like the new design. Your parcel to arrive late tomorrow. Expect. Expect your parcel to arrive late tomorrow. What you're saying. Don't understand. I don't understand what you're saying. Leave the key. Could you? At the doorstep. Could you leave the key at the doorstep?
Part E. Story retellings. You will hear 3 brief stories. Each story will be spoken once, followed by a beep. When you hear the beep, you will have 30 seconds to retell the story in English. Try to retell as much of the story as you can, including the situation, characters, actions, and ending. You will hear another beep at the end of the 30 seconds.
Joan is highly stressed at work. She asked her boss Nathan if she could take a vacation for 2 weeks. He refused. The next day, Joan handed Nathan her resignation letter and booked a one-way ticket to Malibu. Because Joan is highly stressed at work, she asked her boss Nathan if she could take a vacation for 2 weeks. Unfortunately, Nathan refused. The next day, though, Joan resigned from her job and gave Nathan her resignation letter. She then booked a ticket to Malibu. Olivia was watching a horror movie when she heard a loud bang from her kitchen. Convinced that it was a burglar, she screamed for help. Jerry, her neighbor, heard her scream and rushed to her house to see what was wrong. When he arrived, Olivia was about to dial 911, but Jerry immediately stopped her, for the figure that emerged from the kitchen was not a burglar, but Jerry's missing cat Tom. Olivia was watching a horror movie. Suddenly, she heard a loud bang from her kitchen. She thought that it was a burglar, so she screamed for help. Her neighbor Jerry heard her and immediately went to her house to see what was going on. When Jerry arrived at Olivia's house, he saw Olivia was about to dial 911 and immediately stopped her because it turned out that the one causing the loud bang was Jerry's missing cat, Tom. Eric was walking in the park when he found an eagle sprawling on the ground. It was trying to fly, but couldn't. Its wings appeared to be broken. Eric looked for the park's caretaker and informed him about the injured eagle. To his relief, the park's caretaker was also a veterinarian. When Eric was walking in the park, he suddenly saw an injured eagle lying on the ground. It was trying to fly, but for some reason it couldn't. Eric immediately looked for the park's caretaker to inform him about the injured eagle. When he found the caretaker, he was relieved because it turned out that the caretaker was also a veterinarian.
Part F. Open questions. You will hear 2 questions about family life or personal choices. The question will be spoken twice, followed by a beep. When you hear the beep, you will have 40 seconds to answer the question. You will hear another beep at the end of the 40 seconds.
Do you agree that social media has a negative impact on people's lives? Why or why not? Do you agree that social media has a negative impact on people's lives? Why or why not? In my opinion, I definitely agree that social media has a negative impact on people's lives. And a lot of that has something to do with insecurities. We humans are created to compare. I know a lot of people are saying that we should stop comparing ourselves to other people. But the thing is, it's human nature. And when we browse social media and when we do it regularly, we see these picture perfect lives of other people. We know that they are touched up versions of themselves. We know that they are somewhat scripted, but we can't help but compare. Not saying that we should stop using social media, but it should be something that we should use in moderation. From your point of view, is it better to live in a tropical climate or a temperate climate? Please explain your answer. From your point of view, is it better to live in a tropical climate or a temperate climate? Please explain your answer. I think that it's way better to live in a tropical climate than in a temperate climate, and that's for 2 reasons. First, obviously, is the weather. I haven't personally experienced winter myself, but I don't think that it's something that I'm going to be thrilled with. Second, and the most important reason for me, is the fruit. I think that the fruits in a tropical climate are way tastier than the ones in a temperate climate Durian and mango, for example, are fruits that do not grow in temperate climate, and I wouldn't want to miss them just to live in a temperate climate.
This is the end of the test. Thank you for taking the mock Versant test.